Welcome back to part 2 of our journey through the unforgettable moments of the 1970s. In the first part, we reminisced about some of the most iconic toys, trends, and shows from that decade. Now, let's dive deeper into more of the things that made the 70s such a unique and memorable time. Whether you lived through it or you're just discovering these gems, get ready to relive more of those classic memories from one of the most exciting decades in history. Scooby-Doo, where you? Was a Saturday morning staple for kids in the 1970s. With Scooby-Doo and the gang solving mysteries in a haunted van, this animated series combined spooky settings, memorable villains, and plenty of laughs. Kids loved unmasking the villain at the end, and of course, the iconic catchphrase, "Ruro, Raggy," became a favorite among fans. It wasn't just a cartoon. It was a part of growing up, an unforgettable adventure every week. Vinyl records weren't just a way to listen to music, they were an experience. From flipping through album covers at the record store to carefully placing the needle on the turntable, every part of the process felt special. The crackling sound as the record started spinning, the warmth of the music filling the room. Vinyl had a unique charm that digital music could never replicate. Whether it was rock, disco, or soul, vinyl was the soundtrack of the 1970s, and each record felt like a piece of history. The Brady Bunch was more than just a TV show. It was a window into an idealized family life. With 6 kids, a wise housekeeper, and 2 endlessly patient parents, this blended family sitcom was full of humor, heart, and life lessons. The iconic theme song, the famous "Oh, My Nose" moment with Marcia, and the fun-filled family dynamics made it a beloved classic. For many, the Brady Bunch represented the warmth and love of family life in the 1970s. Charlie's Angels was a groundbreaking TV show that introduced audiences to a new kind of hero, featuring 3 glamorous, strong, and smart women: Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, and Jacqueline Smith, who worked as private detectives for the mysterious Charlie. The show blended action, intrigue, and style. With their signature moves and iconic catchphrases, the Angels proved that women could be just as tough, smart, and independent as anyone. For many, they became the ultimate representation of girl power in the 1970s. Polaroid cameras revolutionized photography in the 1970s by making instant prints a reality. With just the click of a button, you could snap a photo and hold it in your hand seconds later. No waiting for film to develop, just immediate memories in the palm of your hand. Whether it was a family gathering, a birthday party, or a spontaneous moment with friends, the Polaroid camera made every memory feel special. It wasn't just about the photo, it was about capturing the moment, right then and there. Platform shoes were the height of fashion in the 1970s. With thick soles and bold designs, they added inches to your height and extra style to your outfit. Whether they were worn with bell-bottom jeans or a funky dress, platform shoes became a must-have accessory. They weren't just shoes, they were a statement, a way to stand out and embrace the fun, free-spirited vibe of the decade. While they may have been tricky to walk in, they definitely made a lasting impression. 8-track tapes were the go-to music format in the 1970s, especially for car rides. With their convenient, portable design, you could pop in your favorite album and listen to it for hours on end. The clicks and pauses as the tape switched tracks became a familiar sound, and for many, it was the soundtrack of road trips, summer vacations, and long drives. Despite their eventual replacement by cassette tapes, 8 tracks remain a nostalgic symbol of a time when music was something you could hold in your hand and play anywhere. The Muppet Show was more than just a puppet show. It was a cultural phenomenon. Premiering in the 1970s, it brought together a quirky cast of characters like Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, and Fozzie Bear, all led by the legendary Jim Henson. The show mixed comedy, music, and guest stars, creating a unique blend of entertainment that appealed to both kids and adults. With unforgettable sketches and catchy songs, The Muppet Show became a beloved classic, with fans tuning in every week for a dose of fun and laughter. Lava lamps were the ultimate symbol of cool in the 1970s. With colorful wax blobs floating in liquid, they created a mesmerizing effect that perfectly matched the laid-back vibe of the era. As the wax moved, it added a touch of tranquility and style to any room. Whether it was on a table or beside a beanbag chair, the lava lamp was more than just a lamp, it was a symbol of the groovy 70s. Big wheels were the ultimate ride for kids in the 1970s. With their oversized front wheels, they were low to the ground, making them perfect for fast, thrilling races down sidewalks. Whether you were zooming around the neighborhood or performing spins, big wheels gave kids a taste of adventure and speed. For many, it was their first taste of freedom on wheels, a true childhood staple. Beanbag chairs were the epitome of relaxation in the 1970s. Soft, squishy, and oh so comfortable, these oversized sacks of fabric became the perfect spot to lounge, watch TV, or read a book. With their colorful designs and casual vibe, beanbag chairs perfectly matched the free-spirited style of the decade. Whether in the living room or your bedroom, they added a touch of comfort and fun to any space. Macramé was everywhere in the 1970s. This intricate knotting technique turned into a popular form of home decor, from plant hangers to wall hangings. With its earthy, bohemian vibe, macramé brought a touch of handmade charm to living rooms and bedrooms. It wasn't just about creating something beautiful. It was about embracing the DIY spirit of the era, and for many, it was a symbol of the laid-back, creative 1970s. Spirograph was the ultimate toy for kids who loved to create. Using plastic gears and colorful pins, children could make intricate, mesmerizing geometric patterns that seemed like magic. Whether they followed the designs in the booklet or made their own, the joy was in the process. Spirograph wasn't just about making art. It was about the satisfaction of watching something beautiful unfold with each turn of the wheel. Filmstrips were the cutting-edge educational tool of the 1970s. Teachers would load the film strip into a projector, and as the images flashed on the screen, the narrator's voice would guide the class through the lesson. The soft beep that signaled the next slide and the anticipation of each new frame made it feel like an interactive experience. For many kids, film strips were a fun and memorable part of learning, bringing subjects to life in a way that felt special. Rock 'em Sock 'em Robots was the ultimate showdown toy of the 1970s. With two plastic robots, each controlled by a joystick, kids could battle it out to see whose robot would land the knockout punch. The satisfying pop when one robot's head was knocked off made it a thrilling game of skill and timing. Simple but endlessly entertaining, Rock 'em Sock 'em Robots was a staple in many households, offering endless hours of fun and competition. Scooby Snacks weren't just for Scooby-Doo. They became a fun treat for kids in the 1970s. Inspired by the beloved cartoon, these snack-sized treats were often shaped like cookies or crackers, and kids loved pretending to be part of the mystery-solving gang. Whether you were enjoying them with a bowl of cereal or just snacking during an afternoon cartoon marathon, Scooby Snacks brought a little piece of Scooby-Doo magic to every childhood. Clocks with flip numbers were a stylish and futuristic addition to any room in the 1970s. Instead of traditional hands, these clocks used mechanical flaps that flipped over to reveal the time. The soft click as the numbers changed and the retro look made them stand out in the modern home. Whether on a bedside table or hanging on the wall, flip clocks added a cool, almost sci-fi feel to the decor, making them a must-have for the design-conscious. Before the rise of color televisions, black and white TVs were the standard in most homes during the 1970s. Watching shows like The Andy Griffith Show or old movie reruns on these grainy screens was a common experience for kids and families. Adjusting the antenna and waiting for the picture to clear up became part of the fun. While they may seem outdated now, those black and white TVs hold a special place in the hearts of many who grew up in that simpler time. Tube tops were a quintessential summer fashion in the 1970s. These strapless, form-fitting tops were bold, fun, and perfect for the warm weather. Worn with high-waisted shorts or bell-bottom jeans, they were a symbol of carefree, youthful style. Though they required a bit of confidence to wear, tube tops became a must-have item for anyone looking to embrace the relaxed, free-spirited vibe of the decade. Before texting and emails, handwritten notes were the go-to way for kids in the 1970s to communicate in school. Whether it was a note passed in class between friends or a secret message slipped into a locker, these little handwritten pieces of paper carried a lot of meaning. The art of folding the note just right, hoping the teacher wouldn't see, and the excitement of reading a note from a friend was a big part of school life back then.